We just bought a property with 2 houses on 1 lot. We're gonna divide the lot, rehab these properties, and sell them off individually. And we're gonna take you along for the entire journey. Hi, I'm Maylee Nelson, real estate agent and real estate investor.
And I'm Mitch Nelson. I'm a real estate investor and a best-selling author.
We met and fell in love through our shared passion of turning old rundown homes into something beautiful.
Together we have over a decade of experience in real estate investing. We've flipped dozens of homes and we've amassed a multi-million-dollar rental portfolio that spans the country.
We started real estate investing to create generational wealth for our families and for our children's families.
Real estate investing has been an incredible journey for us, and we're excited to take you along for the ride.
Property with 2 houses on 1 lot. We're going to divide these properties right down the middle, remodel each property, and sell them individually for a huge profit. That's the goal.
Yeah, now this is smart in the same way that selling cans of soda in a vending machine is smart. When you buy soda pop in a 12-pack, it might cost you 50 cents a can. But when you buy it individually from a vending machine, it costs you $1, $1.25. This is how vending machine operators make money. We can do the same thing in real estate by buying in bulk, splitting it up, and selling them individually. So that's our goal with this property. We're gonna see how it goes. Let's go take a look at the property and see what we're gonna do.
All right, welcome to the nastiest house you'll ever see. Come on in.
Come on in.
Okay, so you
is right.
I want gloves on.
Yep, you is right.
We didn't do a meth test. My question is, I just assume there had to be
I would
drugs in
assume
here.
that there's meth in here, yes.
Either mold or meth.
No,
'cause I
what
can
you're
taste
tasting
it.
isn't meth.
No,
No.
that mold.
It's probably just mold and cactus
Cactus.
in the air. Yep.
Okay. Paint and carpet.
Yeah, paint and carpet,
And
sheetrock, drywall. Drywall's got to be done. These baseboards are terrible. It's going to need a door there.
Yeah.
This could just be a doorway, but it's
Yeah.
going to need a door there. This
Yeah.
floor, this subflooring is $50 a sheet. Is where we're at now
For subfloor.
for subflooring. Yeah. Yep.
Ah! You see all the bugs? Oh my gosh. New lights. Can you have exposed electrical?
We're gonna have to. That's what I'm saying. Is we got to redo this electrical here with an actual breaker box, and then we'll have to get up in the attic and redo the electrical because this electrical needs to be rerun
More spiders above you.
the right way. Yeah, well, it happens. Those are daddy long legs. Don't be that scared.
One of these days we're gonna find a gold coins or something.
Yeah. I hope
Hey,
so.
look! I found a gold coin.
You mean a penny?
No, it's actual gold. Pretend.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Right when I say it, I find a gold coin.
Plastic gold. Plastic gold.
And we can keep this door.
It does work. It's on the hinges and duct taped.
I think we can keep it. It's a great selling feature to this home.
All right, let's talk numbers. This one will be fun. We've got 2 properties we're working on here. The east property, or 525, is a 2-bed, 1-bath. And the west property, or 539, is a 3-bed, 1-bath. We're going to replace the roofs on both properties, do a little structural upgrading, and cosmetically update these houses. Currently, both of these homes are on one tax ID, which means both houses will be included in a sale. Our goal is to work with the local government to split the lot so that we can sell each of them individually for a larger profit. We purchased these properties for $215,000, which is a great deal in this area. Our remodel budget is $140,000 on this project, which covers both houses, and once it's all done, we plan to list for a combined $510,000. Construction is moving along. We'll be including you on every step of these houses and sharing a little bit of knowledge along the way. So let's go check out some of the work that's been done on the project to make sure everything's headed in the right direction. All right, we're about halfway through this project. Needless to say, this has not gone how we planned. There's been some problems. We're gonna have to make some adjustments on the fly, but you know what? That's what we do, is fixing flippers, so that's part of the game. Now, we found out that we can't actually separate these properties. We can't actually get building permits on these properties, so we got some problems. Now, Maley has found a workaround for separating the lots. It's going to allow us to sell it as one property just like we bought it. We're not gonna make as much money as we thought, but we are at least going to be able to sell it for a profit still. So why don't you tell us about what you've been able to work out on that end?
Yeah, I mean, the problem has been that the city is telling us that the second property, 525, doesn't exist. Well, it does exist. I can tell you, I promise, it does exist.
I've been there.
Yeah,
It exists.
it does exist. So we can't pull permits to renovate the property, which has been a struggle, and we can't rent it out. Nobody can live there. I can't sell that house individually because we don't have an occupancy certificate or a non-conforming occupancy certificate. So that's what I'm working on right now, is to get the city to give us proof that it is a legal dwelling, essentially, and that we can have, it will qualify as a legal, non-qualified property, whatever the heck that means.
And it sounds like it's going pretty well, so we're confident in that strategy. Now, because we can't get building permits on this, for the very reason that, you know, that Maley's having to work on this, on that end of it, we're gonna have to change our strategy as far as the remodel goes. We're gonna have to do a splash and dash, lipstick on a pig, polishing a turd kind of remodel, which means we can't do anything that we'd have to pull permits on. We can't change anything structurally. We can't, you know, we can't go and fix the roof like we had originally planned on. We're just gonna be able to do paint, tile, carpet, cabinets, that kind of stuff. Just the stuff that doesn't require permits. So that's the game plan moving forward. We'll see how it works. You guys are gonna see in just a few minutes how this turns out. For us, it's gonna be months. So we'll find out.
Yeah. I will say though, that we learned. We've been learning this entire time. So sometimes, right, you get into a project and you immediately regret the decision, but it gives us an opportunity to learn.
I have a feeling there's going to be an episode of Flippin' Nightmares about this.
Absolutely.
Just a hunch. All right, so with that said, we've already started a little bit of our progress on the remodel that we talked about, the lipstick on a pig. So let's go take a look.
All right, we are at the Ogden Twofer, and this, I haven't seen in a second. I almost can't believe that I'm showing up to the same property. It doesn't smell like meth, and it doesn't smell like mold anymore. Yay! All right, let's take a look. Really, all that's left is hanging the doors in here, so that's nice, and patching some holes. However, in this room, we did have our flooring laid down, and unfortunately, I'm terrified. I have no idea what to say. I can't decide if it's hideous or if it's amazing, because this is laminate flooring that looks like real marble. But yeah, look at this. Look what it is. It's like straight up marble. I don't know. That's funny to me. So, note to self, if you tell a contractor, hey, just find something cheap that looks good and put it in, you should probably verify what they think looks good. Doors need to be hung. Other than that, I love that it doesn't look like somebody was murdered in this room anymore. That's wonderful. This house is 109 years old. There's just some things you just gotta leave, right? And then we're back. Like, I love how cute and little. I've never done a home this little before. So let's go check out the other property. It wasn't just as bad, okay, it wasn't as bad shape as this one, but there is some serious mold problems and sewer problems that we have to figure out and handle. So let's get to it. And we did find out that we can't actually subdivide this. The reason, and so this is an easement here, and that's great, but the problem is that it's not, for whatever reason, you can't divide it because of how shallow this is. It needed another 6 feet in order for us to get a proper easement to be able to subdivide this. That sucks. Honestly, overall, I was really hoping to, like when we purchased this property, they did tell us that we would be able to do that. That was part of our due diligence. They did end up giving us a certificate of non-conformance, which basically just means that this can be a duplex legally, which is really great for investors because you can't actually, this is something that's really helpful to understand, you can't actually rent out a house or a duplex with a property management company unless you have that legal non-conforming duplex certificate. So we do have that. That makes it really nice, I think, on the investor side to sell it because the value is there. If you're gonna just, obviously manage the property yourself, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so up to this level, about right here, we're gonna be doing board and batten because as you can see, it's just beat up. I mean, it's really, really bad. And so the only way to really fix this stuff they don't make anymore. And unfortunately, that there's just no way to match it. So we'll kind of just change it up from here down. It'll look really nice. We'll keep it white. We'll keep it fresh looking. We've done it before. Harrisville, if you remember that property, if you've seen some of our stuff before, we did it and it looked great. I think it's okay to mix match materials as long as you do it right. Don't touch, he said, any of the walls. It's very wet. 1 bathroom. It's decent size. Totally functional. It's got a great size vanity. Are we not replacing the vanity? I think we should replace the vanity. So I'm gonna text Sam and I'm gonna text Brock real quick and just let him know that we definitely need to do like a fun tile in here. It's gonna make this room just pop. It's actually very cheap. The specific tile that we're gonna be using, I'm in love with it. We're putting them in all of our laundry rooms right now, but this is exactly what this space needs. It's just a really fun tile to kind of make this pop. We'll go with our blue vanity, hopefully, if we can get that price point in. It is a bigger vanity, so it's gonna be a little pricey. But I think in order to get what we're wanting for this house, we're gonna need to do that. These are great size rooms. It's better than I thought, other than the smell of smoke is still pretty pungent. And then once they prime, like I was saying earlier, it's definitely gonna make that smoke go away. And pray, no, it does. It makes it go away. So we don't have to stress too much. We'll clean up the ducts, right, in the furnaces. New lighting in here is gonna make a big difference. Once it's all freshly painted, it's gonna look so amazing. This is a 3-bedroom, 1 bath. A little bit bigger, right? You can feel it just looks and feels a little bit bigger in this home. It was also built in 1913. So it's old, it has a lot of character, and somebody's gonna get both of these houses for $500,000. That's pretty epic. I don't know about you, but I'm excited to see what happens. Guess what? It's done. We just finished our 2-for-1 fix and flip property.
Let's go check it out.
All right, here we are. It turned out so great. I know it's still a very low-end flip, not what we're used to, but it did turn out. So come on, let's take a look at this. So this is the front room space. It's so pretty. They were able to figure out how to get an actual functioning couch in here. And it's actually bigger now that the furniture is in here. It definitely feels like there's a space that a family can enjoy. They also put up crooked pictures, but hey, I'll fix that, don't worry. We just went with like black and gold. Very, very casual as far as the theme of this house, as well as the other house, because we know who's going to be buying this. This is someone who has always wanted a rental. Has always wanted a rental, but unfortunately, usually you can't afford to have a single family home and a rental. But this buyer gets to have the best of both worlds. They get to live in one house and they get to rent out the other house, or vice versa. So this is a really fun property. I'm excited to see who actually does end up buying this house, but it is an investor's dream. Well, what do you think of the kitchen? I don't love that we didn't put handles on. That's something that is such an easy fix and does add a little bit more of a high-end feel. But overall, they're really nice. White shakers, it's a nice high-end finish on them. You would think that they were almost custom. And we also went with granite. In this area in Ogden, you don't see granite, like nice granite, very often. That was a huge win for us. We did get them a fridge, and they did get a nice gas. Believe it or not, they got gas in this house. Like, that's so awesome. Normally, you would never be able to have a gas, range in a property like this. So overall, great space for them to be able to have a functioning kitchen. If you remember right, this kitchen was absolutely hideous. So how we pulled off this layout was a miracle, honestly, because we couldn't figure out how to rearrange this. So overall, let me know in the comments below if you like the layout. It's kind of funky that the sink's all the way over here. But actually, I think it's functioning enough. Bedroom number 1, come on in. It's not terribly big, but we were able to get a queen in here, and that's what the whole point of staging is to make sure that you're able to show them, because if you walked into this room, you might think, oh, there's no way I could ever fit a queen inside here, because it is kind of tight, and putting a full-size dresser in here gives them the ability to say, oh, this is a space that I could use for the master. Okay, so this is a Jack and Jill type bathroom, which means bedroom number 1 and bedroom number 2, there's 2 doors to this bathroom. Kind of funky, but again, not much you can do with these old houses. All we had to do was put an insert in, clean this space up, put in some, laminate flooring, a new tub, new vanity, new lighting. Bam, now we have a functioning bathroom. There is still some really funky things with the actual plumbing, because as you can see, there's the shower head. There is no way to actually do plumbing up top because of these old style homes. To get plumbing through the top would have been an absolute nightmare. And in this type of home, for the price range we're in, definitely not worth it, unfortunately. So this bedroom is even smaller than the bedroom before, but it is 100 square feet, so it does count as a bedroom. We were able to put a nice twin in here. Super cute, a little girl's room, or whoever's room, obviously. But there is enough space to have some type of dresser drawer or dresser or whatever, and a bed. And there is a closet behind and there's storage above. So overall, actually, it's still a very functioning bedroom in this area. This is a huge win. I wonder if they end up doing nightly rental with this property. That would be my guess. We're so close to downtown Ogden, and we're so close to just all the ski resorts and all the fun things that we have going around here in Ogden, that I think that if it was me, I would turn this unit into a nightly rental. 2 bedroom, 1 bath. You could probably get $100 a night because of the location. That's what I would do. I'm curious what happens. What would you do? Tell me in the comments below.
This is the West property in our Ogden 2-for-1. So we had tenants in this property when we first bought it, and they were here for a couple of months to finish out their lease. Once they were done, we kicked them out and did a light remodel on this house. I want to show you what we did to it. So this is our living room area. All we did was flooring and paint in this area. So we put a fresh coat of paint on the walls. We put new carpet down. We put a little landing so that if it was a rainy day, you weren't coming in and getting mud on the carpet. And then what really brought this together was the staging. So this is a 2-bedroom house, and this is the first bedroom. Now, we staged this as an office so that you could really see that the space could be used in multiple ways. But this could also be used as a bedroom. It's a small bedroom. These are small houses. This is an inexpensive area, so this is kind of what you get. Let's go look at that kitchen. Now, as far as the kitchen's concerned, we really didn't do a whole lot to it. Again, just carpet, paint, and flooring in this house. We put new laminate flooring down. We left the original cabinets, but we did put a new appliance package in here. So the new buyers are going to get brand new black appliances, as well as we put quartz on top of the existing cabinets just to give it that little upgraded flair. Now, We did have to do a little bit of work in this bathroom. The floor was uneven as we, when we first picked up this property. So we came in, we got underneath the house, we put some additional joists in just to make sure that it leveled out the floor, and it turned out pretty nice. Now we did add a new vanity. The vanity that was here was in pretty bad shape. It had some water damage on it, looked like it had been kicked in a couple of times. So we did put a new vanity with a new sink, new faucet, obviously carpet and paint. We always put new toilets in every flip that we do. I always say no one wants to poop in someone else's toilet, right? So new toilets are a nice touch. And then we put a new tub insert in. This is basically a brand new bathroom. So this part of the house really is a flex space. This could be used as an office. It could be used as a bedroom. It's also plumbed to be a laundry room. So by us putting carpet in, putting a landing here, it really gives the flexibility to be able to use this room for whatever the new buyer wants to use it for. So this space is, it's a fairly small bedroom, but it works. Now all we did in this room was carpet and paint, new hardware on the doors, and it turned out to be quite a nice bedroom. Now I'm curious what you guys think about this flip. I know this is a little bit different than what we normally do. We didn't gut this thing. We didn't bring it down to the studs. Really, this was kind of what we call a splash and dash. Leave your comments below in the comment section. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. All right, well, we finished this crazy project. I don't know if I ever want to do a 2-for-1 deal again, but it's been nuts. There's still a few things that we're worried about.
So I listed it for $465,000 because that's a good deal then if you're getting 2 houses basically for 1. I'm really worried though. I have talked to a few appraisers, and luckily our team has a lot of great appraisers that we get to interview all the time. And he said that he doesn't think it's going to appraise for what we think, because 80A units, you can only count 50% of the house value.
So that's the real problem. I mean, you can list a house for whatever you want to. We could list this for $5 million if we wanted to. Doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna get it. And what really hurts is if they don't come in with a cash offer, if they need financing, they have to have an appraisal. And if that appraisal doesn't come in where they offer, which we're hoping is close to or above what we're asking for it, then we have to take that cut.
Yeah. And the market has changed. So it's not that it's going down, it's just stabilizing, which is a good, clean, healthy market. But somebody's not gonna come in and offer an appraisal gap guarantee, which we've seen on all of our properties in the last year. Darn it! We wish we would have, if we could have just listed this house just a month earlier, we probably would have had no problems getting this appraised because they would have covered the difference.
And something that we always talk about in Flippin' Education, something that we have always had as a rule within our investing strategy together, is always have exit strategies. We go into every property having an exit strategy. And the nice thing is, this property has a really sweet exit strategy. We think we can rent each one of these units out for about $1,200.
Absolutely.
The debt that we have on this property is around $200,000, which means about a $1,200 a month payment. That means if we can rent this out for $1,200 and that out for $1,200, that we're cash flowing $1,200 a month. The first one covers the mortgage. The second one is just cream, which is awesome. You never see a rental, single family rental that's 1,000 square feet that cash flows $1,200 a month.
Right.
So our exit strategy is really strong. I'm almost kind of hoping that we need to hang on to it because this would be a fantastic rental. But for the sake of the equity partners, they wanted a short-term in and out kind of flip. We're gonna list it. Maylee's throwing it up on the MLS tonight. We're gonna have an open house this Saturday and see how it goes. Cross your fingers for us. We're hoping to get an amazing offer. We're hoping that it appraises. We'll find out. All right, let's get to the good stuff, the final numbers. We purchased this property for $215,000. We spent $140,000 on the renovation project. Holding costs came in around $26,000. We used other people's money to do this deal. So essentially, that's the interest being paid back when we're done, as well as insurance, property tax, and utilities. Closing and agent costs were about $15,000, and we sold it for $425,000. Our total profit on this deal was just under 30 grand. If you'd like to learn more about how we do what we do, please be sure to check out our Flippin' with Mitch and Maylee podcast on your favorite podcast provider. Links in the description below. Well, we did it. We put this property under contract. Maylee did an amazing job marketing this property. And you know, we were kind of scared about what we were gonna see from the offers, what we were gonna see from the appraisal. We did get an offer, a full price offer. You wanna talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we did actually get multiple offers, but we did take the offer that we thought actually would get the best appraisal. At the end of the day, we're done. Like, that's all that matters.
And we learned a lot, right? You either win or you learn. We won a little bit, we learned a lot, and here we go. I guess it's time to move on to the next one, right? Speaking of which, make sure that you're subscribed. It'll help you make sure that you catch these before and after episodes as they come out, right? And we've got another one that's gonna be coming out next month that is amazing. You don't wanna miss it. Make sure you subscribe, ring that bell to make sure you're notified when that happens. And if you're so inclined, give the channel a like. Also, we have a live call every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. The link is in the description. It's absolutely free and we'd love for you to join us. That's all we've got for you. See you on the flip side.